Hi, everyone. Greetings from Oregon. It's good to be finishing up. So, congratulations to everyone. We're almost done. Really exciting. Another semester cleared. So, yay, we did it. It was such a wonderful semester, beautiful spring, an amazing cohort to be a part of. So, thank you, each and every one of you. Hope you're all doing really well. And thank you so much, Dr. D, for such a incredible journey that we went on, and so many new concepts and ideas. Like, it was really one of the most profound learning experiences ever was this class for me. So thank you so much. It's been amazing. And I would like to start by honoring all of our ancestors and the elements and this earth, and the ones who came before, the ones that will come after, for being a part of this experience with us and for guiding us in all the ways that they do, leading us up to this moment. So, yeah, so many incredible wisdoms and knowledge that I learned, tapping in and hearing about African psychology and all of the wisdoms from the original motherland and how they've been, distilled into these ideas and concepts for us to learn about has been illuminating and eye-opening and absolutely transformative. Um, yeah, for me, the deepest parts were the ones that, activated the essence of spirit, all the spirit, the Saku concept and tradition that, you know, has this path of the soul as the path of illumination of the soul, and the study of that, and going back to the Kemetic roots and understanding the Mat, um, yeah, incredible righteousness and all the teachings of, how to be a good person, how to live in a good way that is connected to others, because we are so connected, we are so relational. So that's been very profound, and just tapping into all of those layers of spirit infused and connection with ancestors, and the relational aspect of looking at things from the participatory viewpoint, which is so profound. And I had never heard of that or thought of that, but really, that's what I feel in me too, is we are so connected, and we are a part of nature, and we are a part of each other. And through all of our relationships, our forward connectedness and our lateral connectedness and our backward connectedness, like, we are who we are, and we can strengthen those relationships in so many ways and open up to so many greater understandings of ourselves and deeper healing. So some of the most important things that I took from this class were looking at how deeply the Eurocentric Western model has just infiltrated so much. And even though I feel like I have been on the path to decolonize my mind and to look at things differently, like, I still was pretty blown away by a few things where I realized, like, wow, I'm still kind of holding on to some of those old beliefs. One of them that was really deep for me was when I read your article, Dr. D, the transpersonal connection, and comparing that with the African psychology, because I've always considered that I want to be a transpersonal psychologist, and that's the path I'm on, is connecting into those higher spiritual, not even necessarily higher, but just the other realms, the spiritual realms, and connecting to those altered states that can help bring us to those places to access greater levels of healing and understanding in our life. So I had never really thought about the idea of transpersonal psychology being very Eurocentric and only encompassing more, New Age and certain traditions, and not being like a full cross-cultural, true, not bringing in African concepts really. So that was really profound to be like, wow, I kind of had thought it was more, thinking along the lines of more of the universality, as being like, oh, well, when we get to our inner core and our spirits are the same, like understanding consubstantiation, we honor that spirit within us and the spirit that is, within everything. And yeah, I was able to reflect on my positionality and really look at things like, wow, I wonder if, those are just some outdated models that I'm still carrying around about this universality of all is one consciousness. And perhaps, just putting in some deeper reflections really into what that is and what I really think and what is true and what is not true. So it's been very mind opening in a lot of ways for this experience. So yeah, I was really inspired to learn more about the diaspora and especially the little bits that we learned about the different forms of mostly Yoruba-based Orisha worship. I know we didn't go into it too much, but for me, that's a really passionate part of my life is learning more about those incredible versions of the Yoruba, spirituality or religion that came and sprouted into all the different places along the diaspora and how those are so strong and became these syncretic combinations with the lands that they planted on, just like the people did. So they, continued to flourish. And so these African seeds of spirituality were planted in so many different lands that became completely different expressions of the original levels of spirituality and connection with the Orishas. And that's, just so beautiful to learn more about that and to also understand and learn more about the, incredible depth of healing from the Mafa experience and the ways that, people are bringing this into newer modes of healing. Like it was really phenomenal to hear about healing centered engagement and different ways to focus that understanding, those original ideas that we are connected to each other, that we are made of the same divine spirit, and we can honor that and we can continue opening and deepening if we desire our relationship with our ancestors and with nature and with future generations and planting seeds in the garden we won't get to see. And that being a core drive behind healing, not necessarily just like I need to heal myself as an isolated island person here, just, which again is more of that Eurocentric kind of Western psychology view, which is how I have seen things for so long. Psychology is just like, wow, such a limited slice, but it's passed off as true psychology, as the universal understanding of things. So this was just like a amazing breath of fresh, holy, divine air, and to see and to feel and to hear and learn about, optimal psychology, and Dr. Myers bringing this work into the many ways that it has, belief systems analysis is carrying on, the ways of actually bringing it to the people is just so inspiring because it's an incredible way to address total holistic healing for people, is accessing how are your relationships, how are your connections, which, most therapy does things like that too, but just bringing it to a deeper level of like understanding the context of where you came from and the impact of, enslavement and how to process throughout all of that and all the different ways. So yeah, it's been quite a journey. I've learned so much, so many amazing, beautiful ideas and concepts and beautiful writings. And the video, I loved that video so much. I ended up sending it to a lot of different people to witness. So yeah, it's been really illuminating in so many incredible ways and very soul renewing for me. So thank you. I also want to share this really cool thing that I have to show. I was blessed enough to go to a Ifa ceremony. It was a mediumship ceremony. It was incredibly potent. And during the ceremony, the woman came out and was blessing people, doing a sort of like cleansing, purification, limpia, and she was using this tool. And when I saw her use it, I was like, whoa, I know what that is. That's a fly whip from Africa, because when I grew up, my grandparents had one in their house. I had a aunt who was a missionary and traveled around the world. And so I remembered it from childhood. And so after that ceremony, I wrote to my mom and I was like, do you know where granddaddy and grandmother's fly whip is? And she was like, let me look in the basement. And she went and found it and sent it to me. And so to me, it's one of my most sacred spiritual items that, you know, I use in ceremony and ritual. And yeah, here I'm going to show it to you. So it's pretty mystical. It's a horsetail, and you can dip it in water and, you know, bless people with it. So blessing you all right now. May you finish up well and be healthy and good. And we'll see you all in just a couple of weeks. Bye.